and you already had, and that's the thing you can feel one of two ways about. It's like, because you're not just comparing a new actor to Doug Bradley, you're also comparing a new actor to really bad Pinhead recastings before that. So it's like, no matter how you look at it, it's like, well, it's at least an improvement, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to top Bradley, but like the new person was pretty good.
Yeah, and they went in a different direction with it, which was smart.
Um, I'm still
A new direction
TBD on Freddy Krueger. I think you could
that
recast that, but I haven't been won over on anything.
that one's tough. I mean, I honestly I like Jackie Early. I think Jackie Early is fine. I just don't like the movies, and
I think he would have been fine if that movie could pick a lane, but it wants to have serious Freddy, but also jokey Freddy.
yeah, no, for sure. And the most interesting angle that movie has is being ambiguous about if he was actually guilty of the things he was murdered for, and then they completely go back on that at the end. So even that new angle wasn't worth it.
No, but it
They
is
couldn't
really
even
funny to hear him growl one-liners.
or,
Like my
yeah,
favorite,
he's just doing his Rorschach voice.
my favorite is when she finds the dead dog in her dreams, and he's like, "I was just petting him." Like what? Is this supposed to be funny? Scary? I don't.
Yeah, like what?
Be more careful.
And then that ending CGI is. Whew.
Ooh.
I like a few of those Michael Bay remakes. That is not one of them.
Yeah. Well, and it's tough because it's like, I think on principle, or like in theory, I would think that remaking something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is sacrilege. It shouldn't be done. But coming off of a couple of really bad, weird sequels, and then getting the remake we got, it's like, I'm kind of fine with this. Like I said, we're not consistent about it.
I think I don't think anything is above being remade. Uh, Check me on that when they remake something I really like and it looks awful, but
Yeah.
it's just you gotta have somebody who is either passionate about the source material or who has a vision. Texas
different take,
03 Texas 03 has faults, but like it's a different thing, but still feels like a Texas Chainsaw movie.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same cinematographer who's doing something very different with it. Toby Hooper's still
Cinematographer.
involved.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
You know, so yeah, like I just like, so it still had that. It wasn't like other remakes where the original filmmakers were like, "Ah, screw you." Like I will say, if you have a popular hit film, and the filmmaker that vocally says, "I don't want this remade," I'm usually going to be on their side. That's just my opinion. Like the whole, a big example of that is with the Child's Play franchise, with, you know,
well, I just a remake was so like, weird because the franchise is still going. Why are you remaking it?
Yeah, which is why I'm blanking on his name, but you know, the creator of the franchise was so vocally against it. Like he's like, "No, I don't." And I mean, it seemed to work out. It seemed to work out since that show's still going, and that remake was just kind of one and done. And that's another situation you run into where it's like, well, a remake's potentially warranted or interesting if you do a new take, which the Child's Play remake did. So I'll at least give it credit for that. But then a few years later, you get something like Megan, that's just using that concept, but at least making an original property out of it. You know, whether you like Megan or not. That's usually the better alternative, though. It's like, if your new direction is so drastically different from the first one, maybe just do something original.
Yeah, but that doesn't sell.
Yeah, well, I mean, Megan was a hit. It was a bigger hit than the Child's Play remake.
Yeah, that remake's biggest sin is it wastes Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
How do you waste Mark Hamill? Do you remember how to get into this fucking safe over here?
Did you check the calendar?
Oh, wait a minute. Calendar. No, I did not.
I think there was something on a wall.
I'm indifferent towards that remake. I think the first two acts are like really good, and then the third act just gets like the wrong kind of batshit crazy.
I also haven't actually seen the Child's Play remake. I just know.
What are you complaining for? I like how you hesitated. Like, is he joking? I don't know what's happening.
It's like, is this a? I'm like, no, but I think he's referencing I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I'm not 100% sure. So
no, because that movie sucks.
I like things about it.
Um.
Yeah, check the bedroom again if you haven't already.
The main thing that remake has that's really good is Audrey Plaza's great as the mom.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's also weird because a lot of people.
Oh wait, it's something
like,
to do with one of these dates. 10,
that
20,
dates.
10, 8,
yeah,
13. It's got to be the anniversary.
I'm glad I wasn't going insane.
Why?
Because I was like, I think I saw a calendar, but I'm not 100% sure.
Nope.
Better check it again.
It's one of those dates. It's one of
There's
those days. But yeah, I just remember some people saying like, "Oh, this is weird because I don't see Aubrey Plaza as a mom," and it's like, she's in her 30s. She's an actress. She can do. I think that's a weird thing to complain about. But like I said, I haven't actually seen that movie.
It's all right. It helps that I went in with the lowest of standards. Combination is still set to our wedding date. Oh, okay. So wedding date would have been.
Don't make me do math.
Oh God. I don't know. Calculator. Pull a fucking calculator for this game. 1983. Okay, so 10 8 83.
I'm waiting in anticipation.
But Chucky is another one of those where like we've recast it now in a remake with an actor that I like a lot, and I'm still not sure anybody but Brad Dourif can play Chucky.
Hmm. No, that's fair. And I mean, I'm behind on the show. I've only seen the first season. It is a story I'm kind of ready to see wrapped up sooner rather than later. You know, he is getting pretty old. I'm usually one who kind of wants a franchise to go out on a high note. I like what I've seen of the show. I just hope it doesn't, go on too longer.
I have to imagine the show is. I have to imagine the show is the end. And from what I've heard, it's doing pretty well.
No, I mean the last couple movies were like direct to video, so I mean,
have you seen
end the show and then. Well, yeah, the Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. I've seen all the movies, not counting the remake. But I don't know what his plans are, but I could see that happening. Like the show gets wrapped up, and then he does like one last movie. That's just a direct to video thing. I don't know what he has planned.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or he could just end the whole thing with the series.
I haven't caught all of season 3 yet, but season 2 was quite good.
Okay, that's good.
They do an Exorcist episode, and it's awesome.
Oh, nice. There's just that worst case scenario of like, oh god, imagine the show gets canceled and nothing resolved. And I mean, even if that happened, I'm sure he could get another movie made. I would think, but
yeah, I don't know.
All those things you get nervous about.
It's also strange because in some ways the show doesn't even feel like a continuation of the movies, even though it is.
It succeeds at being its own thing. And I mean, the movies always had a fairly loose continuity. They retcon, change stuff all the time.
Yeah, I
It's
just
one of
mean
those
it's
properties.
because the show has to act like focus on a new set of characters.
Hmm. Which I think is a good thing. It has going for it.
Yes and no. Like I was kind of hoping Nika would be the lead. I love Nika.
Oh no, that's fair. She's really great, and so far she's been a bit shafted in the show. I don't know how
Oh, oh my
seasons 2
god.
and 3. Well, I mean, I've seen season 1, so I know where that
Okay.
leaves off with
Yeah.
her. That was a choice.
That is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen happen to a final
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know how to feel about it yet, but I haven't seen season 2 or 3.
I'm so fascinated because like you can't go back.
Yeah, I mean, have we put her in a doll body yet? Because that's like obviously the thing you would do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Using magic to. But yeah, that's dark stuff, and it's a choice that I get making people upset. But if the actress is fine with it, I don't know.
That
Definitely
show is
conflicted
so
about it.
absurd that it's like, who cares? Shit.
Yeah, that's why I don't hate Colts of Chucky like everyone else does, because I think she's at least used well in it.
I don't hate that movie. I think that movie's a blast. I don't know. People have this weird thing with the Child's Play franchise where it feels like they seem to think it was always like a serious horror film. But even those first two are funny.
Yeah, there's still plenty of serious moments.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're
so the show has them too. I think the only one that goes a bridge too far, and I still love it, is Seed of Chucky. I think that might have been a step too far.
It does, but it's so weird and interesting. I gotta respect it.
Yeah, no, that movie is awesome. That was my first Child's Play movie.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. I think it's that situation where a lot of people grew up on Child's Play and it's something that really scared them when they were children, because Chucky's just a really scary concept when you're a child. And then when you're an adult, you want it to be like or feel like how you remember it. I think it's that issue.
That is entirely possible.
Because the first film, and I got to the franchise fairly late. I mean, I didn't see even the first movie until I was an adult and started going through them. But it's like, yeah, I think it's a good horror movie with, comedic moments and serious moments stuff. But like, would I call it scary? No. Like,
I think the first one has its moments.
Not at all. Yeah, and it works. We've talked about this before, like having seen just a lot of horror movies. It's just like, well, I'm not judging a horror movie on if I'm scared or not, because most of them don't scare me anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like, am I entertained? Am I invested?
Are you not entertained? I was kind of bummed. I was going to pick up that Aliens 4K today, but everyone is sold out.
Oh. I also haven't heard great things about it.
I have heard that the one that everyone that came out that like everyone was freaking out about is the digital copy, but I have heard that the disc fixes a lot of that.
Okay, that's good. Of the new Cameron 4Ks, what I've heard is that True Lies is by far the worst looking one.
That is what I've heard too, which really pisses me off because out of the three of them, I think that's the one I wanted the most.
That's a shame.
Just because that movie hasn't been available for like 2 decades.
Yeah, I got lucky because I got like a cheap bootleg Blu-ray of it, and I mean it's probably looks more like just like a high quality like DVD, but I mean it looks fine enough. So I can live with that.
Keep James Cameron away from remastering his own films.
Yeah, just one of those directors who just really likes that digital look. And the pics, and granted, these are selected photos out of context. I'm sure actually watching the movie isn't that bad, since, hey, at least you have it and you get to watch it. But based on pics I've seen, woof, it looks like PlayStation 3 graphics. It looks like just all the detail and wrinkles gone. Like, they don't look human. They look so digital. It's really weird.
I think what pisses me off is he ruined Terminator 2, which is, in my opinion, his best film. And now he's doing this shit with these movies. It's like, dude, just let somebody else do it. You clearly don't care.
And the excuse everyone was giving for Terminator 2, I don't know if you remember this, but it was when, at the same time they were doing that, was when they did that 3D transfer version. And the excuse was, well, we had to make it look more glossy and digital and smooth it out because we had to format it to 3D. And then that's just the version that ended up on 4K, you know, in 2D. And that's why it looks like that. You don't have that excuse now with these movies. Also, if you're going to do that Terminator 2, put out a real version, not just a cheap. Oh, well, this is just a 2D.
Well, and what really pisses me off is, I don't know if you know this, but then, like, a few years later, after it was already infamous, they Lionsgate, or whoever owns the distribution, put out another release of Terminator 2, and they made it sound really vague, like, oh, maybe this is a new scan to fix it. Nope, it was the same copy, just in a different case.
Yeah, that's... I have, like, I think 3 4K movies, because they also come with Blu-ray discs. That is at the top of my list of when I start upgrading more to 4K. Not upgrading that one. I'm perfectly happy with my Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Just the Blu-rays of it.
I don't have it on Blu-ray. Luckily, the like HBO Max or whatever streaming service, I never notice any issues, so I think it's based on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, probably. It's always looked good to me. I have 2 copies. I have a copy of Terminator 2 on Blu-ray by itself, and I also have the 4-pack of the first 4 movies, which are the only ones I care about. So, yeah,
what, you don't like Genisys?
That's the one I haven't seen start to finish. I've seen parts of it.
That is also the one I haven't seen. I haven't seen any of them. I sat through Dark Fate, but
yeah.
The best thing about Dark Fate was the Red Letter Media review. But that's a different guy.
Well, that's a different guy. All of their Terminator videos are very good. The review of Genisys is hilarious, and they also did a video breaking down the convoluted timeline.
Oh, okay. I kind of want to see Genisys just to finish it. Like, I've seen them all. And
yeah,
having seen Dark Fate, my standards are in the floor.
Yeah. Well, and what's worse, killing John Connor as a child in the first 10 minutes, or killing him and turning him into a Terminator as an adult? Like, I don't know what's worse at this point.
I think killing him in the first 10 minutes is way worse, simply because it's right after T2, supposed to be, so it completely makes all of T2 pointless.
You're not wrong. I hate Dark Fate so much.
But
Every time I'm reminded of that.
James Cameron saw things that he remembered, so he clapped.
No, that was Genisys. Get your James Cameron shilling for new Terminator movies information right. Although I think this is a Red Letter Media quote. I think they just showed James Cameron the first 10 minutes of Genisys. They didn't show him the whole movie. He's like, oh, this looks like the movie I made.
I don't know. Good. I think James Cameron's gone a bit senile, personally.
Maybe.
Okay.
Did you hear where he made like a 9-hour cut of Avatar 2 or 3 or whatever the fuck bullshit he's doing?
Not surprised. I honestly, I actually don't mind those Avatar movies. I don't love them, but
I didn't see the second one because the first one was embarrassing.
I like the second one first, but
yeah,
I saw them. I saw them in the theater. I missed Avatar. I didn't see it until a re-release a couple years ago. So I saw it for the first time in the theater, and then I watched the second one in the theater shortly after it. Enjoyed them both fine. I enjoyed the second one more. I don't have strong opinions on them.
Am I supposed to get this dumpster out of here?
Probably.
I cannot for the life of me remember what to do. Remember when they were going to make a live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie, and then James Cameron announced Avatar, so they had to change it?
Yep.
Remember when both of those movies sucked?
Yeah,
oh,
his
wait,
movie's
maybe
better.
there's
I'll
something...
give him that.
Well, I mean...
I think there's
like...
something you... Is there something you need to climb? You need to get high?
Not right now, thanks. That can't be just to jump back over the gate.
Oh, wait, did you get on that blue lift?
Can you?
Yeah, there's a bunch of collectibles up there. Wait, turn on your sonar scanner thing so I'm not, like, losing my mind.
I don't see anything up there.
Because I remember you could, like, unless you can't now since you got it outside, but I think you could use the dumpster to jump on that and then jump on that blue lift.
Yeah,
I could be misremembering this.
It's not dinging my radar.
Okay.
I feel like I'm supposed to open this somehow. Am I just
I feel like I remember being able to get up there, but
oh, wait a minute. Never mind.
There's the hospital. Fuck.
It is literally just to get over that one little look.
We solved the mystery, folks.
I almost slipped to my doom.
We did it. Surely we've hit a checkpoint by now. I think we've made decent progress so far.
Yeah, we'll go for maybe another 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe we get past the hospital.
I'm also
fate.
Dark Fate, if you will. God, what a terrible movie. It always makes me want to throw up when I'm reminded of that Rotten Tomatoes score. How many critics gave it a pass and said, well, it's the best since the first two. Like, it's not.
No, the review that
why was everyone saying that?
The review that always baffled me after finally watching it is, do you remember when Cap and Eric reviewed it?
Yes, but I know Cap hated it. I think
Eric was like really high on it.
I wouldn't say if he was. I wouldn't say if he was high on it, but I got where he was coming from.
Now, will she ever be like, I don't know, an A-lister? Maybe not, but I think she has a solid career as a TV and B-movie actress.
Yeah. Well, Immaculate's something she produced too. Like, it's something like a script she got her hands on at one point and produced herself. So it's definitely something she was passionate about.
Yeah, no, like I feel like she'll be one of those that instead of doing the like big, blockbusters, she'll be just doing passion projects, which I'm fine with. The fuck was that?
It's reacting to your jump. I would not have jumped in that direction.
Scared the shit
You didn't. You aimed for the bushes.
Fucking wolf.
There goes my hero.
Yeah. How are you doing on mines? How many bombs you got?
I got 3. Whoa! Hey! You're supposed to die.
Whoa!
No!
Like I said,
wait.
I had placed a couple in a couple of the doorways as you progress through, so that they don't sneak up on you.
I got a better idea.
Great.
Oh, come on. Don't freeze me into the cutscene. God damn it.
Fuck. Need to find a way out of here.
Ah, you missed.
What the fuck is
Yeah, because it,
It was worth a shot.
Cutscene. You remember?
It was
which way
worth
we
a
have
shot.
to go?
Well, we've been stuck in this area.
Alright, we're gonna run for it. We're gonna run for it.
And just remember, shotgun.
Oh, come on!
Made it.
Woo!
Man, that sucked.
I'll have to check that out. And you doubted me.
Did I?
Yeah, I heard you say you can't do it.
Much farther.
Play back the tape. I remember no such thing.
Now I'm scared to make that jump.
You were really lucky that the game just locked them out.
Well,
Didn't let them come through that window.
I think it's they can't go out in sunlight. Because if you
Gotcha.
notice, every time you see them, they're always in the dark.
I can.
Yeah. I don't know when we're gonna hit a checkpoint because we have the sewer section coming up.
Yeah.
It should let you just jump in the water since that's what's gonna happen inevitably anyway. Oh boy, this
That
area.
does sound crazy, Zed.
What is it?
It also sounds
Oh,
like
nice.
an audio
Yeah, I've seen-
nightmare.
Yeah, I've heard a couple things like that. Which is pretty cool. Yeah. Oh dear. Now would be a good time for a Molotov cocktail.
Okay, that was cool.
Whoa!
Okay. Time to go.
Come on! Yeah, see, I don't think they can go out in the sunlight. Oh,
Oh, you were really lucky that one shot took out two of them.
I am really lucky.
Yeah, that's really similar to that part on in the college campus with Joel in the first game where you're like trying to get through a door and there's a bloater coming after you and you're like, oh god, oh god.
Yeah, so for a minute there I would do, like, clips of games that I was streaming when I was trying to be a full-time streamer. And I'd put, like, try to make them funny with audio or whatever. And I took that scene and put the Halloween music over it.
Nice.
So it's more like, it's because I'm playing on permadeath, so if I die, I have to start from the beginning of the chapter.
Fuck Seattle.